clean up my bench. What did you bring there, Gemster?
Now it's just our...
It's another edition of
it's our
How
selection.
to Do Helpy Selfie?
Yeah, it's our selection of boards.
Yeah, out of early 80s Williams machines.
You know, I done sold most all of them.
Thank God.
Well, except for those ones we found the other day.
Yeah. Well, they're next.
Which were more up there. But they were different. They were all later model soundboards.
Still 80s stuff.
Yeah, they were probably the what do they call them? The 6, 7s?
So you're late 70s, early 80s.
Box full of those. Joy. I'm not mad though, they're money, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they are. Print money with these things.
Well, people can use them, so it's a benefit, Mike.
Hello everybody, welcome to the episode that almost didn't happen. What
Yeah,
a
because
week,
I'm
man.
working.
What a week. Here, have a board.
What do I want? It's cold.
Here, have another board.
Same thing, almost.
No, not really.
Yeah. Similar. Oh, this is the gem. This has the quality control sticker on it.
Oh yeah.
See it? See it? That.
All right, look, you got me laughing. I didn't think I was going to preamble the episode by
What?
saying that I'm probably not going to be funny.
I fixed that. That was my mom's cougar.
Neat.
I got it for Christmas. Anyway, you're not going to be funny because
I wasn't planning on being funny because I've had a rough week, man. The thing with the puppies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Up to date, everybody. We lost 8 of the 9 puppies to canine herpes virus. It killed 8 of the 9 puppies so far. The last one is not showing any symptoms, but the odds are still strongly against it. I mean, we lost 8. You know, 8 of them came down with it. The 9th one is...
How do they know that? Do they know what the virus looks like?
Well, they know what it does. The dog just starts hemorrhaging and doesn't eat and starts hemorrhaging.
Oh my.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's been really sad, and the family's a mess over it. So that. It snowed. You've been running around like a nut. We've been busy. So all those things. That was it. That's what's up with that, Ray. It almost canceled this week's episode.
Okay.
And it may, you know, I may not laugh, but I did already.
About what?
Oh, you were displaying that board. That was fun.
Okay.
I brought a few notes, Ray, not a lot.
Okay.
I guess, listen, it's late. You're headed to Dallas, PA again tomorrow.
Correct.
Because there's nobody else that's capable of doing that kind of work. Lost my piece of paper. Wonder where it could
Is
have
it out in the garage? No. I don't have it here. I guess you were gonna.
How could I have lost my notes? Are they over there?
No.
No, they're
I
over
gotta
here.
clean up my bench.
This
Did
is
I
me.
say that?
Yeah, clean your bench, man. It's a
Well, I
disaster.
can't. I can't right now.
Found my notes. So bear with us, folks. Sorry if I'm not funny.
You're not funny.
I wonder if Keith is watching.
I don't know.
These are in reference to last week's episode. So this is just getting the news out of the way, Ray. Here they are.
Okay.
Big Dog. I don't know who he is, but he says, I absolutely, completely, and thoroughly disagree with the suggestion that the aftermarket Williams boards are better boards. Some of the new boards cheaped out and are exceeding the manufacturer's absolute maximum specifications, not by a little, but by a lot. The new boards have better 5-volt supplies, but the new boards have much worse designs for the high voltage supplies. The Williams high voltage supply was a sound design, but Williams cut 2 areas, heat sinking and current limiting. If the aftermarket designers would have focused on improving those two areas, then their boards would be better. But no, they either couldn't, didn't know what they were doing, or didn't because they were too cheap. To clarify, there is one Williams power supply board that does not fall into this cheaped out category, pinballpcb.com, Pinball PCB. He didn't follow the crowd and copy each other's design. He stayed with the discrete high voltage design.
Whatever that means. I'm not a designer or a board person. I'm not commenting to that. Because everybody will pick on everybody incessantly.
Okay. Well, for starters,
any kind
listen, we're not experts. This call
nobody is, Mike.
Well,
nobody is. This is all opinionated stuff.
Yeah.
Electronics has always been opinionated. It always will be. There is no perfect design, no matter who this guy is or anybody is. Electronics is a variable. It's like tires, Mike. How many hundreds of tires are made? All right, maybe at the same plant, who knows? People argue that's the best tire, that's the worst tire. This design's better, that design's better. This guy has that opinion, another guy has another opinion. Who really, unless you're using that 24 hours a day, is that even going to matter? Right?
I don't know.
This is going into people's game rooms and they're used occasionally. These things are not in an operating room of a hospital used 24/7. What would that even matter? Not to argue the guy's evaluation of today's electronics, but what would it even really matter? I have had very limited problems, not that I have to say I haven't, with new circuit board design, whether it's MPU power supply or sound cards or whatever. But I've always found that I had support no matter who it was from, whether it's Rotten Dog. I've had problems with Pinball PCB. I've had problems with all of these guys. Great Plains Electronics, the boards that he sells, the little upgrade board things. I've had problems with Altex. I've had problems with Niwumfs. I can go through all of them. And the original designers had no. Their problems are obvious, and you can always criticize them because their problems show up as things age. These other boards are new relatively, so it's going to take a while to show up. But my comment to that is I don't know enough to say anything about that. I know one thing. To rebuild 38-year-old boards is hardly an answer anymore.
Right.
It's not that it can't be done.
Oh, you almost never do it anymore.
But you're going to have to work pretty hard to get above doing it. Okay? And you're left with poor designs also in these boards.
Sure.
And the new electronic boards, yeah, sure, there's problems like what that was mentioned there, but...
Well, how thankful can you be that they're... Listen, if they didn't do that...
I wouldn't want to fix what I just showed you out there.
You couldn't, your job would be sunk.
No. Do I want to fix what I showed you out there? No.
No.
It's a WPC 95 power driver board, absolutely terribly repaired, hacked up, has very limited reliability, came out of a Circus Voltaire. And the guy bought a Rotten Dog board, it works fine.
Bam.
Now, to fix that board, which he had a problem with, he bought that little 5-volt reset gizmo like you had in Bill's. Taters, right? That little thing.
I didn't have it in there.
Well,
I
he had it, yeah.
I unhad it.
So that was one of these guys' idea to fix that, which is cool, all right? But is it an answer? Maybe, maybe not. If it is for you, enjoy it. But my comment on all this bickering about the new boards are bad, he could have designed this, he could have done that. My comment is, it's not used in a 24/7 environment. Who would really care?
Okay, moving on.
It's only partially used in an entertainment environment in a house.
You've given this guy enough of your time.
Well, no, not him. I'm talking to everybody that has a critique about this stuff. Without these, without these replacements, I wouldn't want to do that type of work.
These machines would be dropping like flies.
Well, yeah, who's going to want to spend the time? I know I don't.
Right.
There are other board repair facilities that have actually almost gone out of business or have gone out of business because they just can't do it anymore. They're getting sent stuff that gets mishandled in shipping, or it was mishandled in its own life, and they're getting stuff that can't even be repaired because it's been hacked on, and they're expected to fix it and guarantee it. It's a dead end. It's too hard of a go. Anyway, what's your...
I think you've said everything except I have a comment about it, which is thanks for the comment. That's a nice comment. It shows that he's watching, and I appreciate his opinion. That's cool with me. I thank you, big dog. Other than that, I have zero comment on the content of it because I don't care about that at all.
Well, I do, because it affects what I do for a living,
Okay,
Mike.
good.
These guys that are...
No, I understand. I understand that, but
I am looking for an efficient way to answer, like today's example was, I get called out to fix a problem that the average person like this couldn't fix, and he's been doing a lot of his own repairs as I show him how to do it, which is the way to go. It's nice, because he lives up out of the way about 60 miles.
yes.
But he's a good guy, and I like him. He's like a lot of my other customers, but I have to have an efficient example of a new device to sell
Right.
to answer.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
I have to have
Were you going to do that board repair 60 miles
On-site?
away?
No.
No.
And to recondition the cores, it takes too many hours. And anyway, I have to have an efficient answer that is not time consuming and it's cost effective, and that's what the new boards are.
Okay, well here's the other side of that, Ray, is if you're a hobbyist, maybe you enjoy fooling with this stuff because maybe it's not a high pressure that you need to put new stuff in.
Well, unless you have these thousands of parts that you see here, you're not going to be able to affect too much of a repair.
Okay, well,
Because taking parts
what
off an old board to put on another board that you think are good is not an answer.
can we make rebuild kits for these?
Yeah, I suppose.
Recon kits?
But it's not a comprehensive kit because it
Yeah.
depends on the
It
individual.
depends on what it needs.
Yeah, because some fuse holders might be bad, some might not. You should really replace all the fuses when you do it.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Send everybody every single component on the board? Here you have that.
That would be the comprehensive way to go, yes.
Here's everything on it. Yeah. And then you're
So,
talking.
yeah.
And then you're talking $100 worth of parts probably.
And you can get a
Right.
more efficient power supply with an actual full wave bridge, not a half wave bridge.
Okay.
So you could get a better efficient power supply.
All right, I'm done with all that. Cool.
Okay.
Mark Modre, thanks for spending so much time on my stupid question.
Well, I didn't want to make him feel that way. My problem with what he asked is that's an area where I don't really pay attention to have the memory of what that should be because I don't run into that. It's a taken for granted type thing, but it's no big deal.
Okay, check it out. I bought a book for Flash, but obviously I got screwed because my book didn't come with the fold-out page schematics
Oh no.
that Ray was looking at.
Yeah, you got to have that.
If you could scan those and email them to me, that would be awesome and also illegal. So I will just send them. We'll send them a Flash manual. We have an extra or whatever.
I think I do, yeah.
Yeah. Bum. I think you answered my question. I was not aware that one of the gray wires has a stripe. Blah blah blah. He figured it out.
Okay.
He figured it out. But he would still like to have the schematic.
Yeah, why not?
We'll give him one. Todd Harrison. Ha! Customer. I have a question, blah blah blah. Sales. Your question shows you're too ignorant to be a customer. You have been blocked. Go away. Great stuff.
What? I'm not understanding.
He was
that.
referring to my salesmanship where I throw away customers because I don't like dealing with stupid people. Got any comments on that?
Well, it's just a technique.
Yeah, I know you wouldn't run it that way. Most people don't. I got limited time, man. I got limited time and a limited budget, and I got a limited tolerance for bullshit.
Well, what's wrong with what you want to do that way? I don't.
It's my choice.
What's wrong with it?
You have a right to refuse service, right? You do it a lot.
Well, there's so much to do. I have to choose.
His phone ring. Yeah, Brackens, you fix arcade games? I'm on the other side of Philly here, and I got a Pac-Man. I bought it off Craigslist. It doesn't work. Can you come? How much is it going to cost? What do you do with that guy? Hang up on him.
I don't hang on. I just tell him you don't have the kind of money that it's going to take.
Right. Well, now you're wasting this time. You might as well just hang up on him.
With what you just told me, you don't have the resources to actually repair something.
You don't know what you're doing.
And you should really not have got into it. It's just
over there.
I liked it nicely said.
You were a little softer than me, but you said the same thing.
Same thing, yeah, same thing. If you look at it that way, it's the same thing. And as far as turning business down, you can't look at it that way. You got to look at it this way, Todd. You turn down the unopportune, no profit situations.
You got to.
Because if you take on everything and refuse nothing, you will have no time left in your life to do anything for yourself or anybody else.
We're already there.
And
we're already there.
Yeah, well, because I took on too much stuff. Because I did that too much of what he's saying. I did too much of that. And now I'm paying for it because I have a backlog of stuff that I promised.
Should have said no, yeah.
Yeah, should have said no. And I am saying no now. I say it in a nicer way, but like you said, it's the end result is the same.
Yeah.
Who cares? But no, you cannot do that. You have to refuse business. Especially when it's out of your wheelhouse, as you call it. You can't, like, all right, playfield swaps. Do you have any idea how many you could get if you advertise for it?
Oh yeah.
Do you
I could do that. I could do that. Nothing but that. Yeah, I could do that. No,
so
thank you, though.
refusing business is part of business. It's correct.
Okay.
To answer his question, yes.
Yeah, it wasn't even a question.
Statement.
And I think he did understand it. I guess he was commenting on how
you
blunt
do
I am. How blunt I am. I don't
Well,
even answer the guy's question.
Some people respect that. Some people like to be let down gently. I mean, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. I like it.
Okay.
I can't do it because I don't have the nerve, but I like it. I like listening to you do it. I like it. That's
All right.
I like that.
Well, here's what that kind of behavior gets you.
Well,
on January 31st, the old channel, Ray, is, the old channel's live. It's
right.
It's valid and running.
Okay.
Would you believe it's getting 900 views a day?
Picked right back up.
And that's with no new material. That's just the old. It's just doing its.
How much did it
no
have
material.
before this?
It was doing a little more than that, but
Not much.
it's pulling 900 views a day over there. And on January 31st, it got 228 dislikes. Since it's been back up, I think it got one or two others. But on January 31st, it got 228 dislikes.
Why was that?
Somebody was so mad that he was going through every video, he or she, and clicking the thumbs down button, and then going to the next video and clicking the thumbs down button, and then going to the next video and clicking the thumbs down button, to the tune of 228 videos. Do you know how long that would take to do?
Yeah.
That's a pretty serious effort.
Some bored individual sitting there.
That's pretty funny. I guess he doesn't know that dislikes count as interaction or it's engagement.
He just
it's
thinks
engagement. It's a thumbs down is a thumbs up. I mean, it tells you.
He's just thinking he's being mean.
Yeah. Thanks. So appreciate it. We're glad you watched. Can you imagine if you actually watched all 228 whatever videos they were?
Well, how do you do a thumbs down? You have to watch some of it, right?
Well, yeah, it's got to load. That's it. Once it starts, I mean. You really don't even have to get through the ad, but you just got to load.
Yeah, 228. Yeah, that's a long time.
Good job.
Good job.
You can bet he's watching right now too.
Well, here we have
That's
a
cool.
Cinestar board to be repaired.
Whatever. Do you want to hone this into what it's supposed to be about?
Power supply board.
And let's get started with the power supply board. We don't got to get terribly far with it, but maybe an overview of where you're going to get started on it and the parts you're going to use and all the other stuff. I hope we're not out of
Here is a
film.
list of parts that I put in it.
Okay.
See it?
I see it.
This is what I do before I do anything. First, I wash the board with soap and water and dry it with air. Okay.
Ah.
And then I repair it. I never do repairs on a dirty board.
Okay.
Ever. I wash it.
Nice.
I use Awesome Orange, spray soap, and a paintbrush, a wide paintbrush to brush it.
Okay.
And I use hot water. I like hot water because it evaporates quicker.
I did that.
Okay. That is what I first do with electronic board. I don't care if it's one of these or not. It could be something like this. I wash it. Now what I like to first do, by the way, is I like to take the socketed chips out of their sockets. So the socket gets washed. Okay? I don't leave them in. It wouldn't matter if you do, but I like taking them out. That
Okay.
doesn't have any.
Okay, I leave them in, sorry.
No.
So,
But this is a parse, yeah, well no, I'm sorry. That's a parse list of the power supply, system 3 through 6, and even some 7 games have it, the old power supply. That's what I do after I get done washing it.
Okay.
Everything on there I replace. I don't care if it looks shiny or not. In fact, if it's a new part and somebody put it in, I suspect it more than a 1980 dated part.
Yeah. Okay. Neat.
So that's what I think. And then that'll bring you to what this looks like. And this
What?
This is a repaired, restored power supply board.
All right, hold on. I gotta push buttons here.
Yeah, push that. Okay. That is what the result of that is that I showed you.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
yeah.
That's on my test bench.
Okay. Well, I don't know what I'm looking at. See,
Well,
that's
what you're looking at is the components I just showed you done. You got your 2 updated rectifiers, bridge diodes, right? That's your
Okay.
bridge. You got your cap, you got your 5-volt regulator, you got your other caps for your high voltage
See,
displays.
this is what I was asking. I don't know what is all this.
Pardon?
I needed it.
Well,
You're doing the right thing there. You've finished what?
It's the high voltage display power supply area is this here. All these
Okay.
components are for the display, which is your plasmas. They're generated out of here. This and this section here is solely for 5 volts. Well, up here's your 5 volts. That's what this does. And of course this is your ground. But since I have it on the
You
test
see,
bench,
every time you say "of course," I want to throw the camera at you because
Yeah, go ahead.
because it's like, of course, I have no idea what you just said. See, you might as well start from the beginning again because
No,
you
don't.
pointed. Hold on, this is some half waves, some.
it's for the 5 volt power supply for the logic.
Okay, and what does that component do?
What? These?
Yeah.
These take the alternating current from the transformer and they turn it to direct current.
See, that's helpful. That I almost understand.
Oh my. And then after the direct current, after this stage of rectification,
Yes, explain
from
what we're
direct
looking at here,
current,
please.
from direct current to AC, from alternating current to direct current, it goes through this filter capacitor and it cleans up the direct current even more because this isn't enough.
Okay.
All right. So then from there it goes to here, and this is your regulator that sends out to the logic board through these wires 5 volts.
Okay.
And that is
This thing here is what makes it 5 volts.
yeah. It's a 3 amp 5 volt regulator.
Okay.
It's a TO3 transistor package.
Whatever.
And the reason for this is this big, huge
Honking
aluminum.
thing.
This power supply is kind of inefficient.
And it builds up that kind of heat.
Yes, it does. Without this, that would be brown.
Crispy critter.
Oh my.
Okay. That is a huge heat sink.
Yeah, so I like the new power supplies, and X-Pin makes it. Marco has their own version of power supply that replaces this. So does all of them.
Well, okay. You're back on that. So what's this section? The 5 volts is for the MPU wants to see 5 volts. That's your computer logic voltage. Is that correct?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Sort of?
Yeah. 5 volts.
Entirely correct.
For all your chips.
For all your chips.
Yeah, they run on 5 volts. Well, they do. And then all this area is for your plasma. That's all this does is generate. I think it's 96 to 98, maybe 102 volts.
What are the
Positive and
components here
minus.
for idiots?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Well, they're transistors. They're not even available anymore. They're output transistors for high voltage.
Okay.
They generate, I think, 95 to 100, and I forget what 100 something volts, 102, depends. And one of them is plus and one of them is minus, and that's what makes these plasmas glow.
Okay.
And that's what this whole section does. And the output for the whole section comes out of here. And that's it.
That's all there is to it.
Basically it. Yeah, this is your general illumination. I don't have hooked up because I don't have it here.
Right.
But GI, this puts out GI, and this is 6 volts AC, just comes right from here and goes over to here through a fuse.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they also put a varistor here in case it gets hit by lightning, and it'll blow that up.
Neat.
The rest of these are just filter caps, ceramics. It's a very simple power supply. It has no...
Okay. See, now, I think we just showed how to do it without doing it. I think.
Well, with this list of parts, which took me a long time to come up with.
Yeah.
With that list of parts that's been revised over the years, I've probably rebuilt, I don't know, probably at least 150 of those power supplies.
Did you reflow the solder on the everything?
Well, when you replace what's on that list, you will have gone over these headers, yes. I like replacing the headers.
We need a sticker, man. We need a sticker so that you can check it off. That
A quality sticker. I like replacing these round pin headers because I don't really care much for the flat contact pin going onto a round pin because you lose.
Yeah, you said that
surface.
last week.
So that's the purpose of replacing them. And
Okay.
I don't see much of a purpose in putting headers with the retainment because they generally stay pretty tight. They're hard to get off anyway. These things make it real hard, these retaining
I
plates.
still think you should rebuild this board. That's a nice looking board.
Yeah, I probably will. Now,
It's got one little problem, and it's with that header.
this version of board is different than that version that you showed. This
Okay.
version has the AC caps, which is for hot tip use. And I don't know why, but I think now the new boards will work with that, but this old board, you need this board, not a later generation. This is early generation, 1977 board. You need this board with these AC caps, and I think it has a couple other components on it.
For hot tip.
Hot tip, yeah.
For hot tip only?
No, probably hot tip and maybe World
A couple
Cup.
of
that
yeah,
early
okay.
thing.
The two things with the EM knock, the coil.
Yep, a ratchet thing.
Yeah. I hardly remember that.
Score ratchet?
Yeah, that what it had a score wheel. That's what it. That's what it was.
Yeah, they were afraid players were not going to want to play the SS games, the solid state games.
Yeah.
They would miss the noise, so they mounted this score ratchet that ratcheted every once in a while. But that's the difference between the two versions of boards. This will work in either one, but only this one will work in like a hot tip because of these components.
Nobody ever knew that because nobody ever tried to fix a hot tip before.
Yeah, that's a fun old game though. We used to play that more than anything else in there. That's sad. We'd go to all these high-end games in there, and we'd go to that. And then we'd play it over and over and over.
Who bought that? I don't even know who bought it.
That original hot tip?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't know.
People always pry the shop games out of there. Like the Alien Poker. You know,
Oh, yeah.
of all the games the guy's got to buy, he's got to buy my player.
Yeah. I delivered that to Washington's Crossing.
I think, have you serviced it once? No, you were there for something else, I think. I might be wrong.
No, I think I did service it once. It was a minor thing. I forget what it was. Yeah. Well, what else do you have?
Dude, here's what else I have. I'm tired. It's been an unbelievable past week. Really sad. There's one puppy left. And it doesn't show any signs of being sick, but it's probably still not going to make it.
Man. Well, there's not much I can say about that other than that's a situation.
Yeah. Tired. eBay's rocking. Oh, I need a box for that combined shipping on those parts.
We'll go out and get one.
You don't let me forget that. Man, this is insulting. This package is not opened yet. Can we, I want to watch that, man. Let's watch that down at the shop.
Yeah, can we? That'd be great. We got the chairs. I
We
want
could,
to
man.
sit in the chair.
As I know you do. That's a hookup. We should watch that
Let's watch it.
when we have a day off.
Can you take this down so we can watch it?
I can. Yeah.
You won't lose it, will you?
No.
Set it near the thing so we can watch it.
I'll put it out where you can't miss it.
Can it play on the?
I would think so. What is it? A DVD?
I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah. I'll put it right on the
it
PlayStation.
says DVD.
What's up for next week, Ray? Next board? Are we done with this board?
Yeah, I think.
Because we're not going to, we can't sit there and show people, I mean, we don't have to show people how to solder on the board again.
Well, all right.
We don't have to show people how to socket chips, do we? I mean, we can if you want.
This
Although there's no chips on that board.
this list that I showed them with the power supply components that need replaced. Plus, once you prep the board, you're probably going to have about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Okay.
Okay, realistically. I've done them in less than a half hour already, doing one right after another. But when you first set up for this, by the time you get everything together,
you got to pull parts and yeah.
And this list that I compiled is to say that, okay, these burn up, these headers.
Yes.
Now this list does not include things that are wrong with your board that were ignored or badly repaired. Okay. This list is to cover most of.
Half hour went by.
Did it really? Yeah, it did. Oh, do I gotta go?
No.
That list is to is compiled, and that is to do the basic maintenance on it, not something extravagant. Because if you pick the worst example of the ones I gave you,
Need everything.
you might as well not even do it.
Right.
But if you have that power supply goes in anything from a 1977 Williams game all the way out to 80, 81, they changed power supplies to a new one. And in fact, they changed it midway through Black Knight, because some Black Knight Williams games have the old power supply and some have that newer one.
Hey, did we tell people where they buy these parts? Again, for the hobbyist that wants to do this?
Where they buy them?
Yeah.
Well, it's a matter of choice. Anywhere. I mean, I buy them from Mauser.
Google.
I buy them from Mauser. Great Plains Electronics makes a whole kit.
Oh, that's right.
Now, he don't give you all of what's on there, but he gives you 90% of it.
Okay.
So Great Plains is a great place to go, because the reason I like that site is all the stuff that's on it is for pinball or video. Mostly pinball.
Okay.
So any component he sells on there is for a pinball machine or an arcade machine. Whereas if you go on Mauser, Allied, or DigiKey, or Jameco, or MCM, there's millions of...
Better bring your part number.
You could spend hours trying to find this stuff. The hard part is procuring what you see here, which is all coin-op stuff. You don't just go out and get it, because there are a lot of times where I've ordered stuff that looks good on the screen. When I get it, I'm thinking, what the hell's that? Believe me, everybody's done it. Because this stuff, you're looking for 35-year-old through-hole components. In today's electronics world, that is a what? That's like looking for, I don't know, old.
Yeah.
Obsolete, old.
Well, that's why we're chronicling this, because it is obsolete, Ray, and it's going to be gone.
Through-hole components are what these are called. Everything now is going toward a surface mount. Where was it? I ordered something and I got, where in the hell is it? It's up here. You gotta see this. Here it is. I ordered these, and it looked like the right part. I guess I didn't look close enough. I was ordering 4093 chips. I didn't even open the bag. 4093s are like an IC gate chip, and they go on pinball machines, and 4093 looks like this. This is what I wanted.
I can get you those.
Well, I got them. It's a through hole, what is it? 3, 6, 7, 14 pin chip through hole. These fit most pinball machine logic boards and driver boards. So I'm on there and I ordered. I got these. Now, this is the same component.
Yes, it's just so small you can't even
Well,
hardly see it.
It's this.
Oh my God.
This is a 4093 surface mount device, SMD. See it? Can you see it? As opposed to this. That's a 4093. See it?
So how are you gonna mount that on? How are you gonna use those, right?
This little thing does the same thing as this. Now,
You're gonna need an adapter.
yeah, they don't make such thing. The reason they're miniaturizing components anymore is because of soldering techniques. If you look close on this, the legs on this thing are hardly even there. In fact, they don't even really use lead solder to put this on the board. Now, they use infrared and some kind of tinning metal. I don't know what it is. Might even be some kind of conductive stuff. Maybe one of these tech guys can tell me.
Okay.
But they use infrared to put these on boards. You don't actually solder this device.
Well, and forget about fixing it. When it breaks, throw it out and
Yeah.
get another.
So you can see how much smaller things are. But the reason I'm going over this is when you're on there ordering parts, look at every aspect of it and make sure you get the right stuff, or else you're going to get this.
Did you read the first 2 lines of the listing? I guess you probably didn't. You just saw the part number and zoomed right on through.
Yes, correct.
You should call and bitch about it.
I bought this. When did I learn this lesson? There's no date on it. But
Call and bitch about it.
the label was even yellowed. That's how long
Nice.
ago it was.
So you guys let me order the wrong part.
Yeah. But it's easy to do. There's so many hundreds of...
I was thinking,
It's what makes it frustrating if you're going to do hobby board repair, is what, to answer your question, it's not an easy go.
dig it.
Bring your lunch, because it takes time. It takes time to find the parts, it takes time to do it, it takes the right equipment to do it, or else you're going to tear up all the traces off the board and then you're going to have junk.
So you can't do it with one of them like spring-loaded
No.
sucker things?
No.
'Cause I seen some guy on YouTube doing that.
You know why I stopped using them? I used to have a couple of them. When the spring-loaded thing reaches the end of its travel and the suction is over, the plunger inside the plastic thingy hits the end, and the solder's still hot. No, the solder's still hot, and it dumps back down on the board. It does. Little particles dump back down on the board.
Okay, yeah, nice.
And the fuller that gets, the worse it is. What happens is, if you're doing this and you have them little specks get on, this isn't so bad, but if you have the
More
little
intricate work,
specks
yeah.
get on this, here,
All of a sudden something ain't working.
yeah, and it's the work you just did. So I don't like those things. I stopped using them and found a better. I found this desoldering station.
Yeah, we talked about that before.
Yeah.
All right, in other news,
In fact, I would rather use this than one of those damn things.
okay.
This at least does not.
That costs money, they're not going to use that.
Yes, Raymond.
Nothing, man. What's up, guys?
What, you just hanging out, watching the show?
Yeah.
I
You
think-
need anything, man?
No, I'm good. I think we're about out of time.
Mike wants a grape.
We don't have any, dude.
Oh, you ate?
You did?
I ate them all, yeah.
Not the blankets.
I was thinking about those Squawk and Talk boards you had.
There's two of them. They're out in the truck. They're both
Yeah.
rebuilt. One is,
Here's my thought. Well, they're both rebuilt.
well, two versions.
But you know, if I went to sell those on eBay, I would get flagged for selling trademarked material or copyrighted, no, trademark.
Well, you don't
Software.
sell the EEPROMs with it, Mike, because you generally don't have any idea what game it's going to go in. And if the person that's buying it has a problem with their own EEPROMs, which they can reuse, that's usually not the problem with them anyway.
I'm just saying that
He can go buy the...
that with them populated the way they are,
Well, I wouldn't sell them that way.
I don't think we'd be allowed to. I think we get flagged
Okay.
because I think the owners of that would flag us. Although I would be happy to just print it up for people. I would.
See it?
Oh, we could show it on YouTube. Now listen, we're not.
Here's some legal ones. I'm okay. See?
Who's to say you just didn't relabel because the label was crappy?
No, they're old labels. You can tell.
But I mean, on your other ones, who's to say you didn't just remake the label?
Sometimes I do, because the labels fall off.
What if we always just make it's got a new label on it? Does the label have to have the? There's the loophole. Does the label have to have the copyright? The Bally Williams holographic.
I
sticker on it?
suppose so.
What if my label fell off? I just made a new label.
Well, that's your business, I guess. If you're selling it, that's somebody else's business, I guess.
Because I'd like to put those on eBay.
Well, they wouldn't go on with the chips. I'd put them back in the box. How do you know the chips are on my boards in there? I took them off in the truck. There's no chips on the board. I don't.
Oh,
I
okay.
use the people's chips because I'm not carrying all this stuff.
Oh, I get it.
I have two versions of Squawk and Talks that are done. One has the AY 38912 speech generator, and the other one don't. And the reason for that is when you're doing Bally machines, the two generations, there are some other jumper differences, but generally it's either has the 5 jumpers at EE or it doesn't. So if you have one of each, you can easily, and I like both versions for my truck stop. So if you don't sell the one, I'm fine. What? Is it over? Oh, it's blinky. It ended.
No, I don't think. I think it's still going. What to say? I can't see.
It has some kind of square box thing in the middle. It's a square box blinky thing. What is it?
Up in the top right hand side there, I think it says 3 minutes. The blinky.
Right hand side? I don't see anything here. I see a battery
Oh,
symbol.
it just went to 2 minutes. It's the
the square thing.
It's blinking as it's warning you you're running out of time.
Oh, and the 2-minute thing is there.
Yep, you've got 2 minutes. The top right, see, that's how much battery you got.
Yeah, I got it. So the 2 minutes is in the middle.
That's
there.
how much film time you got.
Mid-grade.
It's not really film.
Digits.
I don't know how they do that.
Pixels.
Some
Pixar.
Some egghead, some egghead designed this thing. I don't know.
Can I say Pixar?
Yeah, I'm okay with that guy. I haven't told him.
No,
to do
not that. I'm just saying about the movie thing. Them guys do movies, don't they? Do
You
animation?
can say anything you want.
Pixar? Don't
Yes.
they do that? They're still a current company, aren't they, or no?
Yes,
Okay.
I would assume so. Broadband TV followed up with us. They assigned me a new talent agent, which I haven't talked to because I've been busy.
Okay. Well, we'll see what the chip thing holds in the future.
Yeah, we can sell chips,
I can.
but we can't sell chips. Can you still download them?
I don't know.
What, did you make this for me? Or is this yours?
No, no. No, I got one.
Here you go, munch,
I
Mike.
got fed.
I don't know. I haven't been on it in a while.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you can still download this or not. I'm real curious.
Are you guys done already?
We're almost. We've got a minute left.
Alright, that's
It might be blinking 0. Don't forget to wave
1 minute.
goodbye.
1 minute.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay. Thanks, Ray.
Oh, Daddy East. Well, that's cool.
This is all of it.
You've got games that aren't pinballs too, right? You got bowlers and.
Yeah, I have them on a separate
Shuffle
disc,
Alleys?
Yeah, this is a Shuffle Alley collection.
So, if you need any EPROMs programmed, call us. We can sell those, right? I mean, we could. I'm not gonna sell them on eBay, but if you need them, call
There's
us.
so many people doing it anymore. I never got into it.
Not anymore. They're hard to get now because you got to have a little thing on them. So now you're in high demand, but we're in the underground.
I do them just for.
And we got to look out for the trademark police.
I do them just for my own repairs, Mike. I don't. I don't really want to busy myself with doing that because it takes a lot of work to do that.
Just turn your eyes on.
Yeah, it takes a lot of work to do it. Some files don't load on certain brands of chips. It's hard. It's not easy. You don't. It's not like you put the blank DVD in and then push the button. And
You're lying.
0 minutes? What's that
Yeah.
mean?
It means wave bye-bye.